On today's episode, we're making soft and fluffy English scones. First of all, we're going to start off in our bowl with self-rising flour and sugar, granulated sugar, and then to that we're going to add our butter. I actually prefer to use margarine. I find that it makes a softer, fluffier scone, but you can use butter if you like. And with the flour, if you don't have self-raising flour, you can just add plain flour or all-purpose flour and then add 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder to that. Then what we're going to do once we've got that all in our bowl is we're going to rub the butter in between our fingers with the flour until we have something that looks like breadcrumbs. So once we have our mixture and it's all nice and incorporated, we are going to add some milk. And what we're going to do is we're going to use a butter knife and cut through the pastry so that we incorporate our milk and make a really soft dough. You want to resist the urge to mix this, otherwise you're going to have a really tough dough. You want to sort of scrape around the edges gently, but what we're trying to do is just cut through it and make that soft dough. So once we've gotten to that point, we are going to turn that over onto a floured flat surface. So I've just put a little bit of extra flour onto my flat surface. And then we're going to turn out our dough. You don't want to knead this at all. You're just going to put it onto that floured surface and then we're going to sprinkle more flour on top and just pat it down. You want to pat it down until it's about 2.5 centimeters thick, and then you're going to cut it with a you can use a biscuit cutter, like a cookie cutter, or you can use the rim of a glass. I've done that a lot before as well, so if you don't have a cookie cutter, my cookie cutter is about 5 centimeters. You can make them smaller or bigger depending on how big you want them to be, but you want to cut them as closely together as possible because you don't want to re-roll this dough, otherwise you get tough scones, and that's not what you're looking for. You want really fluffy, moist scones. So with the rest of my pastry, it usually makes one. I try to cut them, even if I overlap them a little bit, I usually only have to re-roll it once. And then we're going to put them into a preheated oven to bake for about 15 or 20 minutes until they're nice and golden on top. Now, if you want to, you can brush off the extra flour and put some milk on top, or brush with milk on top, but I generally don't. I use them the way they are. Once they're ready and they're out of the oven and they're cooled till they're warm, you're just going to break them open with your fingers and serve them with a bit of jam and whipped cream, and they are delicious for afternoon tea, for dessert, to serve at a brunch. I hope you like this video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you go ahead and make these, and I'll see you next time for a new episode. Bye!